All right, all right. Another day, another horsepower to be made. The struggle never ends, let me tell you. First of all, I get a cracked cylinder head, I'm burning coolant, so just another opportunity to blow more money on better heads, right? But at any rate, not only that, but man, my favorite ratchet. I lost my ball. You know you're making horsepower when the ball falls out of your craftsman wrench. This is the first ratchet my daddy ever gave me. I had it since like 7th or 8th grade in a kit he gave me. Anyway, away it goes. But I did want to make a follow up video on my one that I posted like 2 years ago on CHE versus the comp kit, the Trunnions, and just kind of show you what I've seen. Now, in all fairness, the comp kit was running on the factory cam, factory springs, on the factory oil, so easy life compared to this one, which is aftermarket cam, lots of lift, lots of duration, way heavier BTR 660 platinum spring, and it's running on the oil the machine shop recommended. Less miles though. I've only got 12,000 miles on this kit, but the engine has not had an easy life since the rebuild on the CHE stuff, but it is living its best life, kicking the pants off of Chargers and Challengers and Mustangs and Camaros. So let's take a look. And if you haven't seen that first kit or the first video I showed you of the comp kit, I would highly recommend that you watch that. So basically what I noted on the comp kit was wherever the trunnions were bolted down to that perch, you could see that they were moving and walking around, and there was a ton of wear on the bottoms of the trunnions. So these are the good intakes. You can tell they're intakes because they're offset. And then we go to the rocker arms, or the exhaust side, which are not offset. There's the ARP bolt, which I've used in this kit. And maybe that's part of why these are holding up better, because the comp kit used their proprietary bolt. And then we get to the other good exhaust ones here. Now, here's where we run into some problems. So first of all, this guy, you can see that scratch. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's not from normal wear. That's probably from me installing it, ham-fisting it, and messing up. Sorry. But then we have these other three, right? And you can tell that there is some wear. There's some chowder on whatever that black finish is, where it's been moving around a little bit. So there you go. You can see that wear. And then I thought, well, maybe I could find out where the wear is occurring on these billet stands. And I don't really see it. The stands look totally fine. It's just, why would the steel wear but not the anodized aluminum? I don't know. Now, by the way, I am not sponsored by Livernois or CHE or Comp, obviously. This is just one hot rodder's opinion to another, helping you out. Like I always say, you pay your money, you take your chances. I'm trying to save you some heartache and struggle to get you the best possible outcomes and whatever. So take it for what it's worth. I mean, it's free advice. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm just going to throw these back in the car and keep flooring it and destroying other cars at the stoplight. I mean, what else can you do? I'm happy. It's not ideal. It is what it is. It could be better, sure, but I don't see any reason at this point to not run them. So hopefully continue to do well, and hopefully you got something out of this, boys. Talk to you later.